Alrighty dighty, good evening once again, chat. We're going to be starting our sixth Mario Kart game, I think, at this point. Yeah, because we got Super, 64, Double Dash, Circuit, and DS. Yep. Sixth Mario Kart game, Mario Kart Wii, which will probably potentially be the one that takes us the longest. Didn't actually, Why is it not capturing that window? Okay, there may be some settings I have to change. Hold on, chat. It should work just fine, so why is it not capturing the window? Okay, this does not help me any. Okay, let's see if this does. There's seriously... Why is nothing working? This is stupid. It literally will connect when I play any other game, but it's... Why is it not working now? This is so stupid. Okay, I need to know something specific. Is this all about the Wii, or is it just not capturing at all? Okay, so it's just that it's not capturing at all. Which tells me I probably need to close out and reopen Dolphin or something. Maybe that's the problem. Is I have to run it run it through administrator every single time. Yeah. Wonderful. What is going on? I don't get this. So I get it running, but it's just not wanting to capture. I don't fucking get it, bro. I don't get it. Like, I don't get what I'm... course. Like, why is it not capturing the window now? Oh, I guess I just had to... I literally just switched the capturing method. That's stupid. Yeah, that's dumb. So then here's what I'm going to do. Or maybe not. I thought maybe that would work, but I guessed wrong. Okay, now I want to... Sorry, this is taking a while, chat. I didn't realize this is what it was going to do. So we'll do that, and then we will... There we go. That's much better. Now we can finally start a Mario Kart Wii. We're gonna go ahead and start with Grand Prix, 50cc. Now the question is, who do we start as our character? Okay. So it's got good acceleration. It's got good speed. Wild Wings also got good drift. Iron Mouse is on GDQ right now. Nice. What in the world? Are you kidding me? Have we seriously started creating another best viewers page? Okay, I should have more control over this. Hold on. I'm gonna check my controller setting real quick. Yeah, so I've got control. It's just, it feels like it's stiff. I don't know, maybe it's just me and I'm not used to playing Mario Kart Wii all that much. Then again, it's got me using a, Are you kidding me? Hmm. So Brandon Carpenter's set to star in Lilo and Stitch 2. That's interesting.
Bully, bully.
Hello, Coben.
How you doing, Jay?
Doing good. Spent, beginning of this stream trying to, set up this piece of shit, but
The DS game's fighting you again?
no, for some strange reason, I don't know if it was because of all the setting changes I had to make with, when I was trying to set up Wii on Dolphin, but like, Steam or Streamlabs would not capture, like OBS would not capture the window for the emulator, so I could play Mario Kart Wii. So I had to like spend some time setting that up.
Oh yeah, I forgot you already finished DS.
Yeah, I finished it last night. Only had Wii and or only had mirror mode and the 7th level of the mission mode, which by the way, chat, for you and for chat, take it from experience. If anybody watched stream last night, yeah, don't worry about getting all the stars in level 7. Like, because level 7 in mission mode literally gives you just the same thing. At most, what you might get is an alternate image that you get from completing mirror mode in Grand
Well,
Prix.
thank you for playing my game.
Like, that's what you might get for mission mode, but, I mean, other than that, there's literally no reward. Like, so you have no reason to ever even try to get stars on mission mode and on level 7 of mission mode, because those ones are a pain in the ass. Some of the worst challenges I've ever seen in a video game. Like, there was literally a mission. There was literally a mission last night. Let's see. It's got good acceleration. There was a mission last night that literally involves you, oh, what was it? Oh, it involves you, like, literally doing drifts, like, a continuous drift to get through all eight rings. And it only gives you 11 seconds to do it. Which means you cannot screw up a single time. It was the worst.
Oh shit, that's a grenade.
I don't remember if Mario Circuit's ever been, if Mario Circuit from Wii has ever been brought back in a Mario Kart, or in a modern Mario Kart. I feel like I feel like it, like, the one that I would think it would have been brought back in was 7, but I'm not entirely sure. Thank you.
You didn't have any plain chocolate bars. I got you M&M's.
Okay, thank you. Ah, crap.
You still hear me, bro?
Probably either that or he's watching an Iron Mouse on GDQ.
Well, not SGDQ, GDQ.
Well, SGDQ is summer. It's just literally the S and the A literally just stand for the time of year that it takes place in. So even though technically it takes, even though technically a GDQ takes place in January, it's technically labeled as autumn GDQ, and the SGDQ is summer GDQ.
I would say right now the one who's playing is Zandahar, and the commentators are Foxless and Twinmo. I don't see Mouse.
Oh, Iron Mouse must have already done it, or is coming up next or something.
Yeah, that's all I was at. Gonna ask me, bro, like, did I miss Iron Mouse then?
I don't watch her, so I personally don't care.
I'd say she's fun VTuber to watch. She does some. If you listen to any of her music, at all, it's good music. So
I don't know. I don't really get behind the
VTubers.
VTuber trend. It's just
So you don't have to. So
that just seems like a lot of work for like for pretty much a chance. Like, yes, a lot of the VTubers that are VTubers have gotten major success, but it's just like, for me, I don't think I would find that same success, in my opinion.
you don't have to do it just to be successful. You can do it just
Yeah, but I mean, that's also like a lot of equipment. That's what I'm saying, is like they also spend a lot of money on equipment.
not really equipment. It's the model itself. Because all
Well,
you really need is an iPhone.
well, yeah, but if you want to have like good VTuber stuff to like for, like interaction and stuff, and like have an actual like whole 3D model and everything, like
iPhone, and then you just need the software, which is free, unless you want the Pro version, which you don't need.
what I mean is like there's like people who, or there's VTubers who have like the f- the full like person model, and they have like the headsets, bases, all that other stuff.
Yeah, you use the software on the PC and the iPhone. Both are free unless you pay the, I think it's like $60 for the Pro version. And if you buy it on one, it buys it for both.
Oh, come on.
The reason I know this is I've looked into it. So that's the only reason I know.
Yeah.
Because the model, depending on how sophisticated you want and how much detail you want, can range from a couple hundred to a couple thousand.
Yeah.
That's
And
why most people would get the base model with like just the underclothes. So like, for lack of better terms, for the guy VTubers, like a wife beater or just the upper portion, because they can get away with showing a bit of skin compared to the female VTubers.
yeah.
And then they can just say, hey, I want to add some clothes to this, and then it becomes a toggle, which then only means, let's say the base model of a VTuber is 2,000. Well, then it means all they're doing is adding on maybe $100 worth of clothes, which would be 2 or 3 outfits, and that'll last them 2 or 3 years. And it's a permanent toggle then. Granted, like you said, it's still a lot of fucking money.
Yeah. We're supposed to be getting a new house guest tonight. My sister's friend is moving in with us for a little while.
Well, hopefully everything's okay with them then.
We'll find out tonight. Because pretty
moving in
much
tonight?
late tonight, like 2 a.m.
They can have you help unload and load stuff into the house.
Hell if I know. Probably not, because she doesn't have a lot of stuff to unload and load in, but, like, she's sneaking out of her house because her parents are terrible people.
This kind of sounds like how one of my friends currently is. Their parents are being not abusive, but they're being very favored towards the other kids rather than them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they're yelling at her, they're making her, it's pretty much making her be like Cinderella. Or, hey, you're gonna do the cooking, you're gonna do the cleaning.
That's crazy.
And it's step-sibling, so it's like, oh, my kids, so they're gonna be blah 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 blah. They bought their own PC. The parents threaten to take it away all the time. Take away their phone, their computer. You know, she bought it herself. Like, while living under the roof, if they were in high school and stuff, I can understand them saying like, hey, you need to focus on schoolwork, you need to focus on your grades, so we're gonna restrict your access. Yes, it's your own
Yeah.
computer, but that one I can understand then. Like, by all means. You're trying to make sure they get a good education, but when they're yelling at her to get a job, when she finally got a job, they're like, oh, if you want a ride home, you're gonna have to cook dinner tonight.
That's insane.
For lack of better terms, they're extorting. So she was like, I'd just rather pay the $8 for a fucking Uber. I can't remember their pronouns, so I'm hoping I'm saying the right ones. And I'm like, I feel you there, but there's not much I can do. I'm not great with these situations myself, so hugs. What am I supposed to do? I don't know what the fuck to say to that.
I mean, there's not much you can. Because, I mean, it's not like you're in a, you know, predicament or like a situation where you can help.
And what doesn't help is they're Canadian, so.
Oof.
You know, if I want to say, like, oh, hey, you can crash here for, like, a day or two, they couldn't, because they're Canadian.
That out of context sounds so bad.
Well, it's just that they'd have to pretty much relocate.
Yeah.
And when they got a job, it's a factory job, similar to mine. While it's not, like, hard physical labor, it's a lot of, I think it's, they're working on, like, a dairy line with ice cream and stuff.
Yeah.
So theirs is a little more heat sensitive than mine. But it's still a lot of labor, this factory. They're not used to working 8-hour days, so they're complaining about that. And I'm like, you went to school for 8 hours, so just treat it like it's school. They're gonna be moving out and getting their own place, so.
That's good.
Yep, I'm like, that's good on you, because you want to get away from all this kind of nastiness. So, I'm glad they're doing that. They're going to have to start paying their own bills here soon. So, meaning their phone bill and insurance, if they're not already paying for insurance. Because even though my work pretty much covered my insurance, I put into it, so I'm technically paying my insurance.
Yeah. Hold on, I unplugged my headphones because they got stuck under my chair real quick. There we go.
Okay. So, I'm like, I can understand where they're coming from and all that. It's going to take some getting used to again. So, well, while they're still living with their parents, I'm wishing them the best, because that's all I can do.
Okay, Wario's gold mine. 2, 1, go.
So after Wii, which one are you going to play first? The 3DS one, or the Wii U? Well, I should say Switch, because the Wii U and Switch versions Or pretty much the same fucking thing.
Hey, Chad, you want to hear something really stupid? Did you know that every Mario Kart game starts with the amount of unlockable characters relatable to the amount of kart racers that can be in each race?
So, you doing 3DS, and then the Switch, because the Wii U and Switch versions are the same?
Excuse me.
Right? You're so hard focusing, I don't think you're listening.
I remember one of my earliest memories of Mario Kart Wii was the library at Fulton Elementary. Had had this like book thing where it was you had a car, and if you did one lap, like one full lap for reading uh around the uh around the track, you got to go into the library, and they had this like car model set up, and you got to play Mario Kart Wii.
That's cool.
I got to do that once, because I was not a very good reader.
You weren't a good reader?
My other early memory of Mario Kart Wii was I got Mario Kart Wii as a Christmas present, and it was actually a Christmas present that I knew about, but I could not tell anybody, and I had to act legitimately surprised when I opened it on Christmas Day.
That reminds me of how I forgot.
Like, it was literally a hold on. Corbin, have you been talking?
Yes.
Okay, so apparently my headphones switched around, which is why which is why I didn't hear anything. I just looked over and noticed your thing light up, and nothing was coming out, but I was hearing my music for the game, and so I was like so confused.
Wow.
That's might be. But yeah.
My question is, are you going to do the 3DS version and then the Switch version because it's the same as the Wii U? Or are you going to do...
Well, 3DS is 7, and Wii U is 8, and then 8 Deluxe. I haven't decided that yet. I might, you know, just talk about that, you know, when the time comes. Mario, yeah!
I bet you know what I'm playing right now.
Call of Duty.
Yep, do you know which ones?
1 and 2?
Yep. They they shadow dropped Thursday. I think it was Thursday.
No, they were leaked.
no, they were leaked, but then they were shadow dropped. Like, rather than going, oh, we're gonna release them on this day, they just dropped it. Didn't say shit until all of a sudden on the store. Yeah, it was on Thursday.
Still kind of, the way they did it was still kind of a little scummy, in my opinion. One, it doesn't even look like they,
It's a full port, not a remaster.
yeah.
So the only thing they did was up it to its limits, which was 1080p, because the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 versions ran at 600p.
Yeah.
And they were able to run at 1080p, but they would only run at 600p, 30 FPS. So what they did instead was they maxed the settings, set to 1080p, 60 FPS.
It also feels crazy. It also feels crazy that they're, you know, PS or PlayStation exclusives, which makes no sense when you know what the developers.
No, it actually makes plenty of sense because the Xbox 360 and PC have had it since the launch of both versions. PlayStation has been left out ever since the PS4 launch because the games are hard locked to PS3. You cannot play them on PS4. So they probably, I don't know if they put out updates for the Xbox 360 and PC versions. Hopefully they did.
Probably not. From my understanding is that these releases were just like just with PlayStation. They didn't have any plans on updating PC or anything like that. Which again, I say it doesn't make any sense just because like Activision and Microsoft,
Well,
you'd think that
project.
You'd think that they would want to have Call of Duty, like, ports, specifically ports of the first two, like, have them all release on kind of all platforms except maybe Nintendo Switch.
Well, I was hoping they would come to Switch. But
I mean, ever.
A project led by Iron Galaxy. All Activision did was they okayed the project.
I sees.
Iron Galaxy is the one who actually did the full porting, all the coding, and all that stuff.
Ah.
The one thing that was nice is if you had PlayStation Plus, the games were half off. So instead of paying $40, they were $20. And then the season pass for it, rather paying $30, they were like $6 each. So they were like 67% off. And since it's Iron Galaxy getting most of the money, it makes plenty of sense for them to charge the price of the equivalent of a PS3 launch title. At least it wasn't like $70-80. Yes, I would have loved it if they were proper remasters, because then it would have been a proper price.
Yeah. That's what's interesting about it, is that, like, you know, Activision cares so much about Call of Duty and money that, like, why did they not just, like, do this themselves? Why did they just approve another studio to do it?
They're working on their own project, so...
What, Black Ops 8?
Probably.
I swear, like, the amount of Black Ops games that have released just in a certain amount of time is insane, and it's...
Well, they used to be yearly, and then once Black Ops 2 hit, it became bi-yearly.
This
which was surprising, because it started off on the PlayStation 2, PC, and Xbox original, and it would just, every year, be Infinity Ward, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Treyarch. And then when Black Ops 3 hit, they started taking their time, which made the games a lot more quality. But at the same time, it was only one developer studio working on it at a time, so it wasn't like multiple studios having a hand in it like it was the past few years, where
yeah,
it's like 3 or 4 studios working on it at the same time, and now they're rushing it, so it becomes absolute crap. But it's one studio working on it, so information's not getting mixed up, everything's staying the same. And then the one studio has full control over it, and not everyone's trying to throw their hat in and confuse us.
Yeah. Honestly, thankfully, I'm glad that Toys for Bob went independent, though, because, like, then they can care about, you know, bringing us the Spyro and Crash games that we've been waiting so desperately for, while Activision's just been so too busy worrying about their obsession with Call of Duty.
I would have been surprised if Toys for Bob did this.
Well, actually, that's the reason they went independent, like, is because Activision would just force them to work on Call of Duty games. Like, they would not get the chance to work on things like Crash Bandicoot or Spyro or anything like that.
Also,
like,
they don't own Spiral Crash. They
well,
got handed that from Activision.
no, they got handed it from Microsoft. But still, like, they weren't able to, like, have that freedom because all Activision wanted was for them to continue to work on solely work on Call of Duty games. And so that's why they just chose to go independent from Microsoft, and so, like, now they can work on these properties from Microsoft individually, which I think is good. I like that. And plus, they've even talked about wanting to work on a new Banjo-Kazooie game, which I think is awesome. It's like, finally, yes, that's what we need. We need a company that actually gives a shit about our classic titles instead of a company that just cares about Call of Duty and freaking Halo and shit. Like, we need our old IPs to come back in a new way. So it's like, I'm super glad that they're interested in making a Banjo-Kazooie game, because that tells me we could see one, like, within the remainder of this decade, I guess. Like, we could see one by the end of 2030, I feel like, if they start development on it pretty much after they wrapped up Spyro.
For Crash?
Yeah, true. If they are working on a new Crash as well, it would probably be after that too. But we don't know if they're working on a new Crash yet. We know that Crash 5 was in development and was like, it had like really big ideas and was going to be a crossover between Spyro and Crash, like a proper story crossover, not just, you know, a minigame collection. But it got canned. There are rumors of a new Crash Team Racing game in development. Really? I saw this thing that talked about that, but I was like, wait a minute, it can't, because they said Crash Team Racing and Nitro Fueled, and I'm like, wait a minute, wouldn't that just be Crash Nitro Kart refueled or something? Like, because it didn't. Somebody posted something that was clearly like an AI image, but it showed like, it showed Crash Team Racing, it showed Crash Bandicoot's Netflix series. It showed the Crash Bandicoot movie that was talked about, not officially announced, but like rumored. It showed the what is it? It showed Crash Bandicoot 5, and then it showed like more Spyro games. Yeah, I figured it would be a completely new game, which would be nice. I mean, that or they remake Tag Team Racing and actually make it a you know, a good quality game. But they probably wouldn't, because the dioramas are a gem that will probably stay in the past forever, because I do not see them putting modern day or that in a modern day Crash game.
Not with how sensitive people are over
Yeah.
anything, whether it be, oh, you didn't use they, them, she, him.
Well, that's not even what I'm. That's not even what I'm talking
like,
about.
Whether it be that or you didn't make it right.
Like I'm like, because there's like scenes in there where like Crash literally gets shot through the gut with a cannonball and just dies. That, and there's times when he's crushed, when he blows up, which, you know, are all great parts of his character. Like, that's in the original games, so like, I don't know. Ah, crap. You think Vince would write if they did tag team racing again, especially if they didn't use the same soundtrack? True. I would love to see if they made a new uh, Crash Team Racing and like made it a. I think it would be cool if like Crash like became the Mario Kart 8 of racing, right? Or I guess current that and like the Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Pretty much, I would love to see Crash driving karts alongside characters like Astrobot. That would be so funny. That, or, you know, have like what they can do is have console exclusive DLC characters, or like have console exclusive characters to like kind of sell, like, oh hey, you know, if you own a pretty much to incentivize people like that own certain consoles to buy the game. Like, they can be like, oh hey, if you own the PS5, you can get Astrobot as a character in Crash. If you own a Xbox, you can get like Master Chief or something.
Banjo would make more sense.
Maybe Banjo. I don't know. That depends on if they ever want to bring him back, because they just want to let him die in a furry hole.
They can bring him back in other platformers, but they can leave him alone. Like, well, we're not going to do it in our game, but we'll bring him in for crossovers.
But yeah, they do. Oh, come on.
I don't know what
But
they would use for Nintendo.
and then like if you own a Nintendo console, like Nintendo Switch 2, you can have Mario or somebody in there, like, you know, give like, see, that's what they should do with a lot of games that have that, is like, I think that games would sell much better if they had console exclusive characters, to where, like, you know, somebody wouldn't feel bad because, oh, they can't play this certain character because he's locked behind
Paywall.
he's locked behind a certain console, because they would have a character of their own for their console. You know, like how, like, I think
Combat 9 did with Kratos being in the PlayStation version.
yeah. And like how apparently there was talk about Nintendo and Fortnite wanting to, like, them wanting Fortnite wanting Samus, but like Nintendo only wanted it to be in the Switch version of Fortnite. So like, if they did, so like if they just did like version exclusive characters, like, that would, you know, that would sell well. And plus, they'd sell more because, like, there are people that want to play all the version exclusive characters. They'll buy all the versions. And, like, that's literally the foundation of Pokemon. Like,
Yep, but it's also, what was I gonna say? Like Soul Calibur, they had 3 different characters, each for their own ones. Nintendo, I can't remember which one it was. Nintendo got Link, Xbox got Darth Vader, and PlayStation got Yoda. They each had their own character. If you wanted to play all 3, you had to get all 3 versions.
yeah. Bum ba bum ba da dum bum 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 ba da.
Those on it. MP5.
True. So maybe like, uh, yeah, I don't know. There's not a lot of characters I can think of that are closely tied to Nintendo, but non-actual Nintendo character.
I think I know one. Let me think. Well, the closest thing I'd say would be the chickens from Chicken Shoot, because it wasn't one of their IPs, but it was only released on their console. So, I've never seen Chicken Shoot on Xbox or PlayStation.
Honestly, it'd be funny if, since this new edition, this new like EtherJet edition to Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, is if like, uh, they decided to like add Shulk and Xenoblade characters into like the next Mario Kart as like DLC characters.
Yeah, I agree with you there. You want me to say Anna or Hannah? Because I agree with you, Mega Man there.
It's Anna,
Anna? Okay.
I believe, yeah. Yeah, that is true. He is already in Cross Worlds. That's right.
I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the second part of that. I would butcher it so bad each time, even if you were to tell me. I would have said Huda. Not Huda.
Dude, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is like just one big middle finger to Mario Kart World. Because like while I personally don't like how some of the structure is of Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, I definitely think that the reason that it's carrying a lot of the kart racing scene right now is because of its constant constant updates and DLC. Because Nintendo refuses to give Mario Kart World any. It's like that. I don't know what they're waiting for. I don't know if they're just like expecting Sonic Racing Cross Worlds to die down so that way they can take over the scene again. But it's like, bro, that shit's never dying down. They've literally got plans to make another racing pack that comes with third-party characters, more than likely. But like, yeah, they're
future plans still for all their add-ons, and that still has yet to come out. Oh, that's a fucking tank.
You think it's just the traditional Nintendo arrogance we're seeing? Pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
Like this, I'm not gonna lie. There's been some really solid releases over the past year, but I can just happily say, or I guess not happily say, but like I can say that just like from watching it, Nintendo has not had a good first 2 years with like a good first year with the Switch 2. Like, yes, there's been plenty of releases, but like their primary focus so far that I've seen has been promoting the fact that they can finally put third-party games on the console, as opposed to the Switch 1, which they couldn't do because of how bad it was. Well, like, a lot of the heavy hitters.
Yeah, so they could do very few, but they had to be very light. Now,
the only hype you see for Switch 2 is from parents buying it for their kids, saying because it's a kid's console. Yeah, no, like, honestly, there's so many games to choose from, and depending on who you are, depends on how many of those games there are. But, like, they just refuse to release update a game that they have literally stated they want to carry through the Switch 2. I don't know how the hell you're going to get Mario Kart World to last the entirety of the Switch 2's lifespan without any form of DLC whatsoever. But also, like, they refuse to, give releases of things that we've literally been waiting the entire Switch's lifespan for. It's like the fact that we are going the second year of Switch 2 and not have a 3D Mario even announced yet is incredible. It's like we are literally coming up, like next year is 10 years since Mario Odyssey. Like that is 10 years without a brand new 3D Mario. And I will say this once, I've said it so many times. No, Bowser's Fury does not count. It is a,
Wonder.
because you need it is well, yeah, that's a 2D Mario. But
it's
it
2.5,
Bowser's
does have
Fury
3D aspects, but it's all in the 2D view.
the lack of 3D Mario, the most stunning thing. No Zelda or Mario new at or near release. What? Yeah, no, like it's kind of ironic that they chose to launch Switch 2 with Mario Kart because, like, I think the last time they did that, I don't actually. I'm trying to remember when the last time they did launch a console with Mario Kart was. It wasn't
the Wii U?
No. I think it was. It wasn't. It was. It was not. It wasn't the DS, was it? No. I don't think it was the DS.
I'll look it up.
Super Mario Kart might have actually even been the last one, to be honest. I don't remember. Ah, crap. Bro, I am getting my ass handed to me right now. Because I know there was one I was thinking of.
It was the Nintendo Switch with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and a Nintendo 3DS with Mario Kart 7.
Wait, did they really launch it with Mario Kart 7?
Both of those launched simultaneously with Mario Kart at day one.
Huh. That is interesting. Yeah, it's like I understand why they did it with Mario Kart. And it's like I completely understand why they did it with Mario Kart, because Mario Kart had also not had a update, like a major new game in years. Like they literally, the only difference is that we got the booster pass, course pass for 8 Deluxe, which was good because it finally gave us a form of DLC that we did not get because we did not get a brand new Mario Kart on Switch 1. So to, to make new courses and remake old ones and give us to those in a DLC pack, it was a good strategy. But, like, we went the entire Switch's lifespan without any... for one, we did not get any actual, like, substantial DLC for Mario Odyssey. Mario Odyssey, literally the only things they added to that in updates was costumes. Like, they added costumes and Luigi's Balloon World. That's it. It never got any extra moons. Never got DLC kingdoms. None of that. It's because it's so irrelevant. It did absolutely nothing for the game. Like, pretty much, I think when it first released, speedrunners tried using it to see if it was a faster grinding method than, like, doing certain things for coins, like if it was a faster grinding method for coins and things. But, like, that's about it. And so, like, we'll be going 10 years, an entire decade without a new 3D Mario next year, which is absurd. And do I believe we will get a 3D Mario next year? Yes. Because I'm sorry, who in their right mind would go a third year without one of the biggest IPs, like, that they have? Like, who would do that? Not even Nintendo is that stupid. But then again, they've gone an entire decade without one. So, like, who am I to complain? I mean, the only counter they can have for it is that they did technically re-release the classics 3D Marios. They did re-release classic 3D Marios onto Switch to where, like, all 3D Marios were pretty much put on the console at this point. So, like, at least that's a cool thing. But as for brand new titles, we're just lacking. Nintendo is, like, honestly that company where it's like they have money, like, what they have ways they could easily just make money, but they refuse to do it. It's like, apparently from what I've heard, like, in those interviews with, like, Nintendo ex-Nintendo employees, is that Nintendo literally has, like, games just sitting. Like, they have games that are ports and things that are, like, done, completely finished for, you know, Switch and Switch 2 and stuff, but they're sitting on them for, like, a gap, I guess, in releases. So, like, they could just put them in a random spot that if they need to fill out the year. Which I think is so strange to me, because that really just makes me think that they literally have the ports of Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker HD on, you know, Switch. They just refuse to release them.
Well, also, it's just like most companies, Nintendo doesn't listen to their fans.
Yeah. It's like, I'm gonna be honest, like, that Nintendo Direct in June needed a Mario announcement. It did not matter. Like, that, if you wanted people to at least be decently satisfied with that, they needed to have at least had one Mario announcement. Specifically, they needed Mario Kart World DLC. Like, that needed to be a thing. Because, like, it literally just feels strange that pretty much the only Mario game, the only, like, Mario-based games, not, you know, Yoshi, but the Mario-based games we got this year are Mario Tennis Fever and the Switch 2 edition, of Wonder. I mean, I was satisfied too, I'll be honest. Like, literally, if you, Joey, who goes by King J, he has a reaction on his VOD's channel of us reacting to the Nintendo Direct, and literally, we all mutually agreed that Nintendo Direct was pretty much made for me. Because it gave...
Xenoblade.
Yeah, it gave me the Switch 2 editions of the Xenoblade games that I had been waiting for, and actually I had talked about in my current Let's Play of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 that's going on my channel. Like, I talked about those needing to happen, and so, like, having those actually be a thing is amazing. Especially since, like, Xenoblade 2 is definitely the one that needed it the most. But, so you need to save up to buy the console finally. Honestly, I will happily say, like, that is a great way, a great reason to buy the console. It's for the Switch 2 editions of Xenoblade. But yeah, that, and then like the one thing I wanted out of that entire direct was I wasn't expecting the Switch 2 editions of Xenoblade, so like that genuinely made me happy. But the thing I was absolutely expecting, and I glad I got, was the native ports to Switch 2 of Kingdom Hearts. Like that was the one thing I wanted out of that direct, and I got it. And then Nintendo's just like, they're just
I
like,
was
oh
surprised they
yeah,
removed
by
the
the
cloud
way.
versions for the Switch One.
Well, I mean, they're practically irrelevant now. I think it's what they're probably trying to do is trying to incentivize more people to buy Switch 2.
True, but hopefully
But
that
they'll
doesn't
also
promote
like
bad
entice them.
ports.
Well, they're gonna. Square already said they're gonna like you're not gonna be able to play them after like June of next year. A good friend of yours is begging you to do so. You should. They're good quality games, but yeah, having nobody expected. I think that's why they did it, is because like nobody would have expected them to show Kingdom Hearts 4 for the first time in 4 years at a Nintendo presentation. And yeah, it was used to only really show that it would be available on Switch 2 at launch, but still it was a good business strategy. Not to mention, literally, Square Enix was just absolutely, like, ate up Summer Games Fest. Like, they had Dragon Quest the week before Summer Games Fest. They had Final Fantasy VII Revelation at the Summer Games Fest presentation by Jeff Keighley, and then they had and then they had uh and then they had Kingdom Hearts 4 and the Kingdom Hearts collection at the Nintendo Direct. Yeah, that was super surprising because it's like, wasn't a Sony aligned franchise. It was for a long time, up until Kingdom Hearts 3. After Kingdom Hearts 3, it kind of just became a multi-platform. It became a multi-platform franchise. I think the only game that has not been released on all platforms is Melody of Memory, because I'm pretty sure Melody of Memory is not on Steam. Like, it's not on PC at all. I think that's the only property that is, or only game that's not on all consoles. Which, I mean, it's just a rehash with like 20 extra minutes of content. Like, it's just a retelling of the full series of the full Darkseeker saga with like 20 extra minutes of new content that like tie Melody of Memory to Kingdom Hearts 4. So Baby Daisy. Dun, dun. Hey, hold on, John. My sister's video chatting me. Give me a sec. Alright, I'm back, chat. Alright. Let's continue, shall we? Dun, 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 dun.
That's right.
Ah, crap.
Can't long ago on the battlefields of the Great War.
Two great titans came into existence. The Bionis and the Mechonis. Yeah, pretty much like going back to our talk about Nintendo stuff. Their saving grace this year is pretty much going to be Ocarina of Time. Because it's like otherwise they really don't have much carrying them through the rest of the year. Because, I mean, yeah, Xenoblade has become so much popular. Like it's become so much popular to where like they definitely will probably sell a whole lot when it comes to the Switch 2 editions. But they're not like, you know, they're not console sellers. They're not like that's not gonna. While it is your motivation to buying a Switch 2, it's not gonna be everybody's. Yeah, it's exactly. It's a B tier franchise, and it used to not even be that. So the fact that it's now it can be considered a B tier franchise for Nintendo is honestly super incredible. I love how much, like how popular Xenoblade has become. Yeah. And it's like I've been with this series since the beginning. Like well, technically the beginning. I first played it in 2015. Because I had been watching Chugga's Xenoblade Chronicles LP, and so like I was really interested in playing it from that point. And so I got it, and then like that year was when like Xenoblade X released on Wii U, and I got that. And then like beyond that, you know, I didn't get Xenoblade 2 when it launched because I didn't have a Switch at launch. I got my Switch in 2018, but yeah, like then from there it's
I
like
was the same. Like I waited a bit.
I played through the 3DS version in like I think 2020 because I saw a copy of it. At that point I was like collecting all the copies of the Xenoblade games. And so like I had picked up a copy there. That's stupid. But yeah, like just the fact that it's like I can say that I've been there, I've been with this franchise since pretty much the beginning is amazing. This is the first one you actually played in 2018. You watched playthroughs of the first and X before that. I actually didn't watch playthroughs of X.
Switch laundry through.
X was the first game to be really excited you. I always wanted to play. So. Oh yeah, that was like, dude, they shadow dropped that, like, they shadow dropped that randomly in 2024, and that was so crazy to see. Like, it was such a weird November shadow drop, or like, well, shadow dropped the announcement trailer. I can't say they shadow dropped the game, but like, they shadow dropped the announcement trailer just randomly in November, and I was just like, what? Because I'm pretty sure, like, we didn't even have a September Direct that year. Well, it's because, like, for the longest time, like, we were told that the reason why they hadn't even ported it to Switch yet was because, like, it was just too big a game. It wouldn't be on. Like, it wouldn't be able to fit on Switch. And so, like, when we're in the tail end of the Switch's lifespan, and they're just like, oh yeah, by the way, you know, we're releasing Xenoblade Chronicles X, and you will now have every single Xenoblade released on the same console. Like, it was just like, what? Yeah, Monolith Soft is legends. Like, they optimize the shit out of their games. Like, they are able to create masterpieces on limited hardware, and it's incredible. It's like, I literally cannot wait for the Switch 2 edition of Xenoblade 3 to drop, because that world is already gorgeous on Switch 1, and so imagining seeing that in 4K 60 FPS, like, it's gonna be incredible. Yeah. Hopefully they also, like, because I know they said, like, few things are going to be changing as well, so hopefully, like, you know, they add in, like, they pretty much make the tutorials less bad. Because that is one of Xenoblade 2's lowest points, is that its tutorials are very misleading. So I hope they maybe re-optimize the tutorials a little bit. Or I guess, like, rewrite them. Not re-optimize, but, like, rewrite them. Ah, great. That would be terrible, because I'm sorry, they did that. Honestly, well, they said, like, new equipment for, I know they said new equipment for Pyra and Mithra, so, like, it would not surprise me if that is just, adding in their outfit, like, the way their outfits designs were in, Smash Bros. Like, Smash Bros. Ultimate, since they had to redesign the characters specifically for that game to, you know, not go over the age rating, I guess. I don't know. Honestly, though, one of the most misleading pieces of information that I've heard of is, so I don't know if you've ever heard of the YouTuber, I think it's Aaronator. He talked about, he had talked about, their designs for Smash Bros. Ultimate, and how Nintendo, like Monolith Soft, had apparently released an update for Xenoblade 2 to include their Smash Bros. Their Smash Bros. Outfits as a gem that you can equip to them, but that's false information. Because what he's talking about is specifically there's a gem called Massive Melee Mithra that literally makes it to where Mithra is wearing leggings as opposed to, you know, not having leggings. And that was released far before they were ever revealed or put into Smash Bros. Ultimate. I know because, like, I beat the game years prior to that, and I had that gem. I think it's literally because her Smash Bros. Design is based around that piece of equipment, specifically Mithra's, and I think that's where, like, people get the false information from, is that her design in Smash Bros. Ultimate was based off of that gem. Because Mithra is the only one that has it. Pyra doesn't, because Pyra kind of already has, like, leggings, pretty much. And so, like, all they needed to do with her design was just, I guess, color down the open parts of her legs. I don't know. That was one of the weirdest changes, I thought, for me, was that, like, they, like, added in some stockings or something to her, like, to cover up her bare skin there. Thought it was a bit overboard. That's intended for you. Yeah, especially since, like, it's like, isn't the game already, like, T for teens anyway? Like, I mean, like, teenagers will see that stuff, and I'm pretty sure even Xenoblade games are T for teen, I think. Yeah, and so, like, but, like, wasn't Smash Bros. T for teens as well, or was Ultimate E10? E10? Really? That's crazy. Then again, I think the only one that was actually uh, rated T, I think was, I think the only one that was ever close to rating T was, or rated, like, a higher up was Smash Bros. Brawl. Pretty sure that was rated T.
Yeah, Brawl was T.
It's rated for suggestive themes. Yes, clearly. I mean, of course it's rated for suggestive themes. I mean, look at Shulk. He's just got his outfit of, you know,
He just got his app out.
of him in his underwear. I mean, that's so suggestive. It's always so funny to me that like they'll go with oh, Melee was T-rated as well? Wow, they just, as they got to the Wii U and 3DS and then the Switch, they just, like, went down. But, you know, it's kind of funny that, like, they're willing to put Shulk in his, they're willing to put Shulk in his underwear in Smash Ultimate, but they're not willing to give us, you know, swimsuit outfits for like any of the other Xenoblade characters. So no, they don't give us the swimsuit outfits you can get for Pyra and Mithra. 'Tis a shame.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
Oh my gosh, guys, it's like we just played this stage in, it's like we just played this stage in DS. See, this is one that I wish they would have put in World. I would have loved to see Delfino Square.
Delfino Plaza.
Well, this is called Delfino Square. Like, it's the track from DS. But I would have loved to see them incorporate this one in instead of some of the other ones they put in there. This one would have been cool. I mean, it pretty much would have probably been Salty Salty Speedway's course, because like that one's vastly is kind of similar to it, but I don't know. Oodle hooble. Oodle hibbe.
Papa Weep, Papa Weep.
Oh, come on. That about came back to bite me.
What happened?
I about got hit by a red shell after using a mushroom to take a shortcut. Or I guess green shell, not red shell. Because red shell would have hit me.
The game was about to go, fuck you.
You about to say, yeah. I will say, though, later half of this year is something I'm most excited for. The only worry I have is that Ocarina of Time releases in December. Like, I hope that doesn't happen, but it's like, it depends on... It really just depends on if Nintendo is actually scared to release it in November because of GTA 6. They're not that kind of company, though. That's the thing. They've never been the kind of company to care about that. To care about, like, a big major release like that, you know, coming... Or, like, stopping them from releasing a game around the same time. It's just that, like, every other game they announced in the Nintendo Direct, which most of those are third parties, so, like, you know, it's a little, it's a little more their choice, not so much Nintendo's choice. They're all releasing in September and October.
Wrong foot again.
Yeah, I mean, there's a big theory going around that, like, more than likely they'll probably release it November 5th, which is obviously a Thursday, but it's like 2 weeks before the release of GTA 6, and so, like, that would give them 2 weeks to, you know, to give people who like GTA 6 and Ocarina of Time a chance to play the game and, like, be able to beat it before GTA 6 comes out. And I mean, like, again, like, I don't believe that they're the kind of people to just, like, not release a game in November just because of GTA 6. Nintendo's never let another company stop them. But it's just, like, we just don't know because, like, this is the...
Most talked about game and anticipated game.
Well, it's also that, like, Ocarina of Time, literally, we only got the year. Most of the time, when they've ended a Nintendo Direct in June, and had that final game announcement, that game has come with a release date. But like this one didn't. So like I really don't know what they're thinking there. Dang it. Ah, come on. Come on. That is true. That is definitely like one of the big philosophies there is that like because the original released in November, like they would release it in November here as well. But I don't know, it's also like Nash Weedle and them are saying that like the next time we will hear about this game will be at the September Direct, and I think that's insane. Not because it's unheard of, because I mean, literally that happened last year. We got, you know, the announcement of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, or Age of Imprisonment, in April. Saw it again at the Partner Showcase in July, and then July or August, I can't remember, I think it was July. But then we then we got the release date at the September Direct. And it was 2 months after the Direct. So, like, it's not impossible. It just... I don't know. I feel like Nintendo won't go until the September Direct without at least giving us some form of gameplay shown. Whether that's... Especially since, like, Devin literally talked about how apparently it's going to be playable at Gamescom. So, like, by Gamescom, they have to have at least shown us a gameplay, like, overview. To at least give us an idea of how the game's going to look and how the game's going to play. Because all we know is just how Link looks. We don't really know how he's going to control or anything like that. So, like, I feel like we could potentially see a Zelda or an Ocarina of Time Direct, maybe. Like, just them going over. Because, I mean, think about it. They did that for Wonder. Wonder got a Direct 2 months before it was released. It released in October. It got a Direct in August. So, like, it's not impossible for us to get a Direct, like, 2 or 3 months before the game's release. So, like... And it's like, it needs it, especially if it's going to be playable at Gamescom. It needs that. It needs to be... Get that either this month or next month, like, before Gamescom.
Reach for Juggernaut tonight.
A lot of theories are also going around that they're going to do what they did last year with the Mario 40th, and they're going to drop a... they're going to drop a... or they're going to do a hour-long Direct that has the first half of it focused on Zelda. Like the Zelda 40th anniversary, which, I don't know, seems kind of highly unlikely because Nintendo is... Oh, my lord! But Nintendo has kind of shown that they, Nintendo's kind of shown that they don't share the same love to Zelda that they do for, Mario. I'll be real. But, yeah, somebody, like, Nash Weedle said that there's, like, a high chance that they do a Zelda 40th anniversary, like, Zelda 40th anniversary section, and then they'll go into the regular Direct. And I'm just like, yeah, no, Nintendo doesn't do that. Nintendo, like, especially since, like, what would they show? Literally, they'd show two things. Because Zelda's also not a, you know, it's not like Mario where you can just do a bunch of spin-offs, you know, announce a bunch of spin-offs, and, like, you know, be able to have that celebrate the 40th anniversary. Like... So, like, literally the things they could do is literally show a teaser, a potential teaser for the Zelda movie, and then more on Ocarina of Time, maybe a release date if they hadn't shown it already. Like, that's it. That's all they would do. Because they've already released a Hyrule Warriors recently, so I don't see them doing that. Zelda's not a series they experiment with on different forms of you know, gameplay, like kart racing and everything else. And, like, I don't personally see them, you know, undermining Ocarina of Time's release with, you know, announcing ports of Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD. I just don't see them doing that. If they were going to release it this year, they would have already. Probably. But I don't know. I don't know. I feel like Nintendo would probably just save those for late half of the year. Because remember, the first half of this year was pretty much focused on Mario, solely on Mario. But no, like again, I don't see them undermining Ocarina of Time's release with just ports with the HD ports like that. Like I don't. Why announce three separate things that are all similar, but yet one is more like is bigger than the others? Yeah. Honestly, I would love if they did that, but like I feel like that would just undermine Ocarina of Time. So like unless they just decided to shadow drop them or something, which I don't see. Like I don't know. Pretty much I would love them, but I you have to be realistic. Shadow drop, yeah. Like you gotta be realistic. It's like it's just not. It doesn't feel possible. Yeah. But who knows? Nintendo's been known to surprise us. I mean, literally look at the weirdness that is the Switch 2's lifespan so far. I mean, like the Nintendo Directs we've had for it has been like super scarce. Like we didn't even have a February Direct. Well, we did. It was but it was a partner showcase. Pretty much, it's like they said when they said that the Super Mario Galaxy movie was going to be like the center or like the main event for the 40th anniversary, I didn't expect them to mean that like after the Galaxy movie they were not doing anything with Mario for the rest of the year. Exactly. Well, like Nintendo is literally the only company that has like a substantial amount of first-party games. Like they have, I think, the most first-party of any company.
Yeah,
And
second would be PlayStation.
because like they literally
That was
have
before.
a whole lot of exclusives.
Yeah, so second would have been PlayStation before Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard, which means they got hold of Crash Bandicoot, Spyro,
Yeah.
which were PlayStation's IPs for the longest time.
Well, I feel like doesn't PlayStation still have that title of like still having more exclusive IPs than Xbox at this point?
I honestly have no clue. I want to say no.
Microsoft has Activision and Bethesda, which has a lot of IPs. That is true. I think Bethesda's got like that's like Gears of War and
Bethesda's not Gears of War.
That's not Gears of War? What is their big? What is their Fallout? That's right. But yeah, like no, and so like the fact that Nintendo's going about Switch 2 as like, oh, the first part of the Switch 2 we want to show, which I understand that, with Switch 2, it's going to take a lot longer for certain games to release. and like because of how powerful the console is, it's going to take a little longer to, you know, make games. But I don't know, I feel like they should have had some of these properties that we've been waiting for nearly a decade for ready at launch. Like, because I mean, I understand that the same team that worked on Mario Odyssey worked on Donkey Kong Bonanza, but they also said that they split those teams down the middle, where like half of the team worked on Bonanza, and half the team worked on a new 3D Mario. So that's just what makes it confusing. I I can agree with that to an extent, but I don't regret us getting Bonanza, because Bonanza is actually a really good game. Like, genuinely, it is what 3D Mario, I hope, comes from, like, 3D Mario. Because, and plus, we had not had a 3D Donkey Kong since 64. So it had been a hot minute. So the fact that they released that, the thing I can say, though, is I think Bonanza should have been the launch title and not Mario Kart. I can understand why they launched with Mario Kart, but I really think that they would have sold Switch 2s, a lot more Switch 2s, had they launched. Which, I mean, I guess that's not making sense, because it still is the fastest selling console of all time. But like, I still think they should have launched with Bonanza. I think it would have gotten like a much better reception than what they did with Mario Kart. Especially since, like, now Bonanza's gotten like two forms of DLC, no matter how mediocre it is. But it's still two more forms of DLC than what Bonanza or what Mario Kart World got. Yeah. It's like the thing that hits even harder for them is that, like, it's like, the thing that hits even harder for them is that it's just like the amount of content we got, trying to justify that being $80 is insane. Because, I mean, like, I personally feel like I got more out of Bonanza than I did at Mario Kart World, and that's saying something, because, I mean, Mario Kart World, if they're justifying $80 they're doing variable pricing by the amount of content you get, if they're justifying the free roam having that much content in it as to why they charge that much, I'm sorry, but, like, nobody's gonna actually, unless they're dedicated like I am, are gonna actually want to find the motivation to 100% the entirety of free roam. So, like, basing that off your business, like, on your business plan of, like, oh yeah, we're making this $80 because there's just so much content in the free roam. Yeah, it's like, that's not going to sell Mario Kart, because that's also not the point of Mario Kart. Its open world is not the point of the game. The game has always been about racing. Like, I like that they went with a, you know, like a Grand Theft Auto style philosophy there, where like you can travel between each of the courses, and like you can find objectives and stuff. Like, I think that's a cool idea, but I don't think it's makes it $80 worth of content. Like, yeah.
What is grenades?
Ah, come on.
Shark bait, muaha.
Yeah, pretty much. I can agree that that's pretty much the only one that actually makes a point of its open world.
Why is Panzer still here? For that spawn.
Forgot how many tracks are in this game. Well, this is also the Mario Kart I have you have the least experience since only touched. You haven't touched in at least a decade. This one has, just like DS, it only has 48 tracks, I think. Ah. Who knows, Chad? Maybe as a treat, when we finish the entirety of the main game or the the entirety of the main experience of the Mario Kart, playing through the Mario Kart series. Maybe I'll do maybe I'll do some Mario Kart Wii custom track Grand Prix. Hell, may even could even turn into a stream thing where we make like a Mario Kart like a Mario Kart Fridays or something.
Custom Kart Friday.
Yeah, custom Kart Friday where we just play through a bunch of the cups and tracks from Mario Kart Wii custom tracks. I used to watch PK Sparks' videos on Mario Kart Wii custom tracks, and then one time when a friend of mine was visiting me, we got my Wii set up with homebrew and stuff, and like Revolution, and even like Mario Kart Wii custom tracks and everything, and like we got it to where I could play custom tracks as well as like newer Super Mario Bros. And like all the other, and like some Galaxy 2 ROM hacks and things like that.
Give me that.
The homebrewing scene might be the only reason you've ever considered buying a Wii. There aren't many games you want for it, so probably we'll just get a Wii U to get titles for both, since you don't want many for both. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, might as well get a Wii U if you're gonna get.
Yeah, because you could.
Wii U, because you can mod the Wii U.
Yeah, from what I've heard, it's even like it's just as easy to mod a Wii U as it is to mod a Wii, like to homebrew and get homebrew and everything.
I'll say it's also better to get not only the Wii U stuff, you get the Wii.
Yeah, it's the great thing about the homebrewing scene and like everything is that like as the years go on, it just gets easier to do shit. Like I remember it being difficult to mod your Wii, and that's why I never did it. But then like years and years and years go on, and it's like now it's just so easy to mod your Wii.
I forgot to turn on a generator. I need that back on.
Ah, crap. I just realized, this does not have 48 tracks. My bad. It has 32 tracks. Because, I was thinking of Mario Kart 8 for a second. I was thinking of the philosophy of Mario Kart 8 because Mario Kart 8 does have the 4 extra cups. And so, like, I think that's where I got the 48 from, is because I was thinking, like, oh, this must equate to 48, but no, it's literally 4, it's 8 cups and 4 tracks at each cup. So, yeah, it's 4 times 8, 32. That's my bad. And I literally just thought about it because I know you unlock Toadette from playing all 32 time trials.
This one more. Grab that back.
Okay.
CSTG.
Excuse me. Alright, that is 50cc of Mario Kart Wii. Also, chat, something else we're gonna do is, in replacement of the, missions, we're gonna do time trials at the end of each stream, because pretty much we have 8 cups in totals. Because the reason I'm doing time trials, because there is unlockables locked behind time trials, so it's a good way to do it. And so I figured there are 4 different engine classes in this game as well. There's 50, 100, 150, and mirror mode. And I figured that after we finish each engine class, we would go in and do 2 cups of time trials, as that will lead us to all 4, through all 4 engine classes, and then all 8 cups. And we'll have to do time trial no matter what, so we might as well combine the 2, because time trial we need to unlock every expert staff ghost, which is 32, and then we also have to play every time trial, which is 32 as well, and each have their own unlockables. So the amount of times I've used this in my videos is crazy. I think I've specifically used these in reveal videos. Like, I remember this was the music I used in this right here was the music I used in showing off the look at what LPs could come this year. Too bad I didn't, ever even think about, I guess, I wasn't thinking too far ahead about Xenoblade not taking almost 200 parts. So, so that's fun. Literally, I can see Xenoblade pretty much taking... It's looking highly likely that Xenoblade will be going until September or October, which then just gives me pretty much whatever left of September, October, November, December, so depending on when it ends, to do Skyward Sword. Bring home the gold, bring home the gold, bring home the gold for me.
First, I thought you were trying to start singing "Dream On, Dream On."
It is his time to. It is Luigi time. It is his time to. It is Luigi time. It's to shine, shine, shine.
Chia.
It's Luigi time. Haha. No. Alright, we got Diddy Kong. And we got the cheap charger. And we now can use bikes in 50cc Grand Prix. Alright, let's do time trial. Alright, let's see. Acceleration's pretty good. Speed's not that great. I'll probably go with this super blooper. We'll do that. Okay, so we're gonna kind of work our way through each one. So we'll start with the Mushroom Cup. And so from my understanding, we have to race these ghosts. And I think we have to get like 10 seconds better than the staff ghosts in order to unlock the expert staff ghosts. You don't have to race them. You just have to unlock them. That's at least the good thing about this. Ah, crap. That didn't quite work out. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they didn't lock anything behind beating all of the expert staff ghosts, but I imagine had they done that, nobody would have gone for it, so they wanted to make it at least doable. So a ghost has been created, but a fast ghost has not been added. That is the key to know that we've gotten an expert staff ghost, is that it will always say a fast staff. Yeah, a fast staff ghost will appear if we've gotten it.
I already had 3 downs.
There we go. A fast staff ghost has appeared. That is what we need. That is what will tell us that, you know, we've gotten it. Because then, yeah, if you go in here, then we have this one.
A wombo combo.
Ooh. Ah, crap. Okay, I need to restart that because I'm not going to get the fast ghost that way. Okay, not quite. So let's retry again. Alright. Oh, I don't think that made a difference. I may very well have to change the character in order to make a dent. Two new best lap times in a row is a while. Yeah. Okay, I think that created a fast ghost. Yep, there we go. Q. Ah, yes, and now we got Toadette. Spoilers! Gosh! So that's the sucky thing about is also the sucky thing about, you know, characters being locked behind time trials, is that literally you get spoiled on certain unlockable characters just by playing time trials, because all the developer times are literally done with characters that don't exist. Or I guess don't exist yet. Can't deny that. Oh lord, I thought I was gonna miss there for some strange reason. Totally curious what the developer is using their mushrooms on, like where they're using them at, because like I'm surprised they don't use that at that little corner there. Boom! First try, baby. They just use it before the turn that leads to the giant mushroom cave, judging by the minimap. Think so? It looked like they were going a bit faster in that stretch, but you could be wrong. It's very possible you're right. Though I do think that there are speed boosts there, but I do also think that like you could be right in the fact that they are probably using it there too, because I mean, where else would they use it? Because they clearly don't use it in like any other spots. So like it would make the most sense. And there we go, another fast staff ghost has appeared. Alright, so now I guess we'll do just go in order. We'll move on to the flower cup. Okay, I think I'm gonna restart because this one's... Sadly, this one's gonna be a little trickier because I'm using a cart, he's using a bike, and wheelies literally give you a burst of speed. Oh, I see where he's using his mushrooms now. Yeah, no, yeah. Wheelies give you, like, a little bit of extra speed using them. That's why you see a lot of ghosts and whatnot using them. Alright, next up we've got Coconut Mall. Ah, dang it. Oh, I missed.
Oh, the Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man.
Man.
Yes, I know the Muffin Man. He lives on Drury Lane. Yeah, she's married to the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man. The Muffin Man. She's married to the Muffin Man. Sir, we found it. What are you waiting for? Bring it in. Don't tell him anything. No. Need to watch that movie again, especially with 5 coming out. Dude, gotta do a whatchamacallit, we gotta do it. You gotta do like a entire Shrek watch party, pretty much. Definitely Forever After. Yeah, no, I think the thing that's just so weird is that one, they're going with they're going back to the the numbered titles after after like two movies that didn't have a traditional number title to them, but also like Shrek Forever After was literally called the final chapter, so it's like it just doesn't make sense canonically. It's like, what are they just gonna rename Shrek Forever After to just Shrek Forever After? Because like they can't have the final chapter they can't have the final chapter subtitle anymore because it's not clearly not the final chapter with Shrek 5 coming out. Especially because you remember saying the Forever After was a really good ending. Just wish studios would leave franchises alone. Look, yeah, sadly, it's like sadly a lot of studios are just resorting to sequels. Like sadly, a lot of sequels are just they're just resorting to sequels because a lot of the new stuff is just not doing well, and so they just take existing properties and just make sequels out of them. I don't know. That one was weird. It's like Incredibles, I like that Incredibles is at least getting a third movie, not as long after the second, but like, I don't know.
They're actually making a third?
Yeah. I think it's coming out.
How do you know that?
They announced it at
D23. Send me
D23.
that. I didn't.
They announced it at
that.
D23 last year.
Yeah, I didn't see that, so you'll have to show me that at some point.
Yeah. Brother, man, are you kidding me? Two was so mid. Two, I felt like had
It had potential.
Like, yeah, it had very much potential because it had an amazing like story, but it just was poorly executed. Plus, now that like supers are kind of, it'll definitely be cool to see what they explore in It'll definitely be cool to see what they explore in the third movie because like now that supers seem to be like
are no longer illegal again.
Out in the open again, like
it's probably gonna be surrounding Violet's dates and all that.
I also would like to see, like, I would love to see a Incredibles where, like, the family's actually grown up. Like, Incredibles 2 took place literally right after the first one. And that's kind of what bothered me, so I hope...
I want to see what happens with Jack and his powers.
I want to see, yeah, that's why I want to see it, is because I want to see, like, how Jack handles his powers being, like, in grade school and stuff, like... Because he's...
If they decide to say, oh, because he was a baby, he was developing, so he had these powers.
He
grew older.
Well, I feel like that would be a stupid thing to... That'd be a really stupid thing to...
It's Disney IP. They do that every time there's a superhero baby.
Yeah, it's like...
You have to admit that.
It would be really stupid. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's the same guy, right? Okay, yeah, I need to re-race him because I don't think I got the expert. I definitely did not get the expert staff ghost. 2 would age up with characters, but yes, yeah. So hopefully 3 can like age them up, because I mean, here's the thing, right? I don't know if they will. I'm not sure if they'll write out him being a polymorph, because I feel like that's such an integral part to his character in
I
2.
don't think they'll give him a transformation. But I think they might go with him having like the laser eyes, because we have not seen any really supers using the ability itself, because they killed off Gazer Beam before they showed us what he could actually do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely... It's definitely interesting, like... But I that's one thing I hope not that they don't do. Whether they do it or not, you know, is up to them, I guess. But I really hope they don't write out him being a polymorph, because like that's what made him unique from the rest of the supers in his family, is that he literally is a polymorph. He has multiple powers. Like he can grow out of some of them. Like, you know, I don't see him keeping the I don't see him keeping the you know, getting large like he did, or like maybe he doesn't keep
becoming
the
gigantic, yeah.
Yeah, or keeping the demon baby. I don't know if he'd keep the demon baby form.
I love that. Demon baby!
No, uh-oh, cookies. I gotta get cookies.
That's yum yum cookie. I can't keep giving him cookies.
Well, no, I'm talking about when he's going over the stuff with when he's going over the
what the.
No, but I'm talking about like this when he's going over the stuff with Edna, and she's like, "We don't need cookies, as I found out painfully last night. Any scenario with involving cookies will inevitably result in the demon baby."
Combustion imminent? What does that mean?
It means fire. You better return
We can
it.
almost chalk up Bob being like, what's that mean, to him being just so sleep depressed that since he finally got some sleep,
Yeah.
nothing's properly registering still.
Yeah. You have powers! Yeah, baby! And there's not a scratch on you!
And I love how he has what he said afterwards, like power, as he's going through his powers, he's like, oh.
You unlocked 8 fast staff ghosts. You get Baby Luigi.
I love that, especially when he's
You unlocked 4
Violet and
fast
Dash
staff
wake
ghosts.
up
You
and
unlocked
he's
Funky Kong.
explaining it.
You unlocked a fast staff ghost. You get the Tiny Titan. You played time trials on 8 courses. You get the Magic Cruiser. So literally 3 baby things and 1 heavyweight. Well, if we do go into go back into time trials, we have Baby Luigi in our list now, which means we have 6 out of the 8 baby characters in the game. And then we have all current cards. Absurd how many baby characters there are. Well, it's I'm pretty sure it's actually divided up evenly. So there's 8 baby characters, 8 middle class characters, and 8 heavyweight characters. So like they actually divide them up pretty well. But yeah, chat, that is 50cc and the first 8 courses of go back to Diddy Kong and the Koopas being lightweight SMH. Yeah, I mean Koopa Koopa still is. It's just that Diddy Kong and Bowser Jr. aren't. They're now middle class. Though actually, I think Bowser Jr. has always been middle class. Though I think if you choose him with Baby Luigi or like any of the other baby characters in Double Dash, I think you still choose a middle class cart. But yeah, that is 50cc and the time first 8 cups, our first 8 tracks in the time trials. So that means that we next stream we will we'll do 100cc and then we'll do the next 8 cups. So yep. All right, chat. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. Junior was lightweight. Okay, that's what I... Or was he really? Huh. I thought he was middle class. Oh well. Yeah, anyway, chat. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. We will continue this where we left off next time. Definitely curious if I will get the Mario Kart series done by the end of July. Who knows? But anyway, thanks for watching, chat. Thanks for coming out. As always, you guys are amazing, as you've always been, because that's just who you are. But I will, actually, let's see. Yeah. I was just checking some chat. Alright. Well, yep, thanks for watching, thanks for coming out, and I will see you guys all later. Good night, chat.